Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. If it's nighttime where you're at, good night. This is another episode of the Big Belly Pats, episode 17. That's correct.
Yes, sir. 17.
Episode 17 of Big Belly Pats. I'm the one and only, Mr. Chocolate himself, Nick.
Ooh, chocolate
No,
Nick.
I know. I'm not even going to say that because I don't even know. I don't even know why I said that, and I'm not even the biggest fan of chocolate. So that was redundant. I'm Nick.
I'm Nick. I'm Dan. How's it going? I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. Hi, I'm Dan.
Hi, Dan.
You know, I asked my students to call me Mr. Daniel because Mr. Moxham was always my dad. Because when I went with work to my dad or I went anywhere with my dad, he was like, "Oh, Mr. Moxham or Moxie," and that was always my dad's thing. And I was like, "I don't want to be called Mr. Moxham. Just call me Daniel." And then my international school was like, "No, you have to be called Mr. Something." So I was like, "Cool, Mr. Daniel, perfect." And Mr. Daniel, and then Mr. Daniel turns into something I don't really enjoy sometimes. And they'll be like, "Hey, what's up, Mr. D?" And
I knew it. And
it's not just the kids, bro. It's some of the parents. "Hey, Mr. D," and I'm like, I know they're saying it from affectionate and just cool. I'm just like, damn. Oh, Mr. D. I'm sorry.
That's Mr. D.
You see, now that's the kids. Every time. So they come in and like, "Good morning, Mr. D," or "Hey, Mr. D," and then I just hear Nick going, "Mr. D." That's what I hear. Strong ass voice going, D.
You gotta be like, man. The kids call me Mr. Daniel, but the moms call me Mr. D. I mean, if you catch a single mom slipping, she already know you're a good father figure, so.
So what can I say? I keep the students' characters in check. They know.
Oh,
they know.
Man. That's funny. I knew what you were going to say. Because when I was, I don't know if I said it on here before, but before I came to China, I quit my job. The school year ended at my previous job when I was in LA before I went to China. So I had 2-3 months. Well, it was supposed to be 1 month, but I procrastinated and did some BS. So it ended up being 3 months before I came to China. And I just needed a little job, just some little easy BS job to make some quick money. And my pops got me hired on at UPS. And an office job at UPS, not delivering anything. And he got me hired on. It was his office. I'm pretty sure I said it, but it was just me, my dad, 2 white guys, and then about 50 women, all in this office together. And younger than me, all the way up to not elderly, but mature, all these women. So, and it's not one of those you trying to brag or anything, but when you have that few many guys and that many women, I'm pretty sure it'd be the same vice versa. You get catcalled a lot, especially by some of the older women. It's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? You look nice today." Or, but anyways, I was always just chill. My pops is my pop's a player. He's smooth. If you ever got to meet my pops, you will love him. He's super chill. He's super cool. He'll get drunk with you. All he drinks is gin. He loves gin. And he'll smoke some bud with you, but he's super chill. He'll play us what it is. He'll Mac. And it was so many times working in here in this office because we didn't sit next to each other. And I'll just be over there doing my stuff. And these young girls, when I say young, I don't mean underage. I mean they were probably early 20s. And I was probably 27, 28. That's probably 20, 21, 22. These girls coming up to me, and they called me Nick. And they were like, "Hey, Nick, Mr. D said, Mr. D." I'm like, "Yo, who told y'all to call this man Mr. D? Who told y'all to say this?" So then because we worked on different floors. He worked the floor above me, and he'll come downstairs, and I see him walking in, and then he's walking past all these girls. They're like, "Hey, Mr. D, hey, Mr. D." Here he comes. Hey, baby girl. Hey, shorty. Hey, how you doing? Hey, baby girl. He come up to me. What's up, son? Hey, man. Look, hey. Stop trying to mac on all these girls in there.
Hey, man, your dad swinging for the bleachers, man.
I was like, well, so what you tell these girls to call you? And he said he was like, I told him to call me Darren. That's his name. But he was like, some of them, the younger ones, because he's like, he's probably like 58 now. But he was, early 50s then. And he's like, these girls, they just want to say Mr. something, they just, because I'm older. So I told him to call me Mr. D. And now they just stuck. He's like, now everybody call me Mr. D. And I'm like, this man here.
I ain't calling you Mr. D. I'm not doing it.
Hell no. I call him Pops. And that was it. But I was like, oh, man. That's funny. Yeah, so Mr. D, Mr. Daniel, Mr. D, Big D. Is that what they say when you play Frisbee? When you go and jump up and snag one over somebody, and Olivia yells out, "That's that D. That's that Big D."
No one does that.
I wish I'd have started this when I was still there. I'd have got this rolling. I would have got this rolling. The Chinese people are, what's your name? My name is Nick. This is Mr. D. You call him Big D, whatever abbreviation you want to use.
He brings the D. He brings it wherever he goes. Defense for those people that are not listening properly. Here's together. I bring the defense.
Right. That's what we call it now in 2024. Oh man, that's jokes. That's funny. Oh man. This makes me think of how shits and gigs, they be reading those tweets. I have Threads, but I don't really use it, which is like the new Twitter,
the new Instagram thing.
Yeah. I use it a bit, but I don't really use it heavy. But it's Twitter. It's Twitter.
Yeah. Well, look, let's just tackle 5 seconds of it. X or Twitter, whatever it is, man, it's just explicit material.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's terrible. Like, I mean, are we posting big petty pats on it? But I'm like, no one wants to see my.
It's porn.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's shocking.
It's porn.
Like, I actually want to just delete it because I'm like, everything. Like, hey, show us this, and I'm like, people actually do this.
It's porn. And that's funny.
So it's not the best social media. I mean, like we big belly pats. We don't do this type of thing.
Yeah,
we're not made for Twitter.
Twitter's I used to be big when I was in school. When I was in college, I used to be big on Twitter. I think I said before I had like a little show. It wasn't like a podcast or like a video, but it was just me and my homeboy. It was this weird thing they had on Twitter where it was just me and him tweeting back and forth. But like a lot of people were like tuning in. I forgot how they set it up. But yeah, that was back when Twitter was just sports and shit talking.
Yeah, like just giving people banter. Like athletes were targeted on Twitter because they played badly.
Yeah, I used to when I was on Twitter, when I used to be on Twitter, I thought that I was doing something wild. It was this one page on Twitter. I don't know if it's still a page or anything. And it was called Post Bad Bitches. And I thought that it was the only like page that I knew of. And it was just like girls in like bikinis and stuff. And I was like, yo, this is about to get banned off for her. I'm thinking I'm slick and following this little freaky page. Shit. Now you get on Twitter, man, it's booty, titties, booty. I'm like, yo, what's going on? It's just porn. It's just porn.
Like, yeah, I was just like, okay, there's no conversations happening here,
Nope.
I've probably got the wrong algorithm, the wrong hashtags. I mean, the thing is, we don't follow anyone on Twitter, and this is just me posting. So like, I was like, okay, let me just like follow like the NFL, the Premier League, shits and gigs, New Heights with the Kelsey brothers, and all that, just like and podcasts. And all of a sudden, my threads, whatever it's called, it's not filled with this; it's filled with other garbage. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. What are you showing me?
And it's funny. A lot of that stuff is paid advertising now too.
Yeah, a lot of it is paid. Like people like, and you see there it says like under this is like, oh, it's a promotion. It's promotion for people who have OnlyFans accounts. It's prohibited by X, but you get to pay. And I'm like, what? What do we do? Sorry, I don't know. Like why?
I unfollow pages too. Like I follow like on Instagram, and it pisses me off that like I get on Instagram and you follow like memes or science facts or animals or just like a page is like geared towards what you're exactly like, nothing sexual. But then I'll just be scrolling and then I'll just see the same fact. I think I used to follow one called like Fact Mafia, and they're just like random facts. And I'll just scrolling on, and then it'll be like Fact Mafia, and they got a picture of some girl twerking. And I'm like, yeah, what the hell is this? And then you click on it, it's just like, yeah, pretty much whoever the girl is or whoever the person is has like paid them to post her photo. And then I go to the comments, and the comments people be pissed. Like people be like, I didn't follow this page to be suggested an OnlyFans link.
Like advertise something else. Advertise
something
else that's like more geared to your thing. Like,
the internet space is very sexualized nowadays.
Yeah, it is. It's and there's a whole like big debate. Like, okay, I'm sitting here, no cooking clue. All I know is I'm overweight, I'm a bit slow, and when I run, I sweat. And I like eating food. But the fitness battle, oh my soul. The people, the bashing between fitness instructors, the comments, the videos, they're all like icing each other out there, man. They're like have no scam. Celebrities don't call out other celebrities. They're like quite like subtle about their like shade sometimes. But these fitness instructors, they'll literally like tag you and tell you how rubbish you are. And like one fitness instructor will say, yeah, you can't eat fruit, and the other fitness instructor will say, no, oatmeal's bad for you, and then doctors will come and say that exercising is bad for you, and then the whole fitness world will just be like, I'll be like, damn, bro, people are hating each other, and it's just like an on. It's like a terrible place to go right now. It's like anything fitness. Like I follow the few guys, but like half of them don't give fitness advice anymore. They just bash other people's fitness. Advice.
Yeah. You gotta sort. You gotta just like I get all my fitness stuff from a guy called Athlete X. Don put me on him a while ago, and I just use his. I don't do like tips and stuff, but whenever I like want to revamp my workouts or whatever, I go to his page and like see what workouts he did, and then just revamp my workouts. I don't do like listen to.
It's so difficult because like. The average Joe, when I say average Joe, I'm not meaning anything bad by it. Like I don't want to say the normal people anymore. I want to say the cool people, the people that go to work, the people that contribute to society, that pay taxes, that wave at their neighbor, that smile at their colleagues at work, that just go about being nice and being normal. No, not normal. Let's change the word normal to cool. Like. You do your job, I do my job, we pay our taxes, we have a normal thing. There is no, I don't think people like fitness instructors and influencers, stuff like that, they're like, hey bro, don't forget, you're forgetting how normal and cool people are. Like, I ain't got time to, like I should be able to meal prep, but I ain't got time to spend 2 hours in the gym. I don't, and certainly not at 5 o'clock in the evening after I've spent 6-7 hours with children. I want to see you spend 6-7 hours with children and colleagues, and then go and gym and see more people and be like, "Oh, I like this." No, it's not the same. I can't. And like when I'm halfway through my gym exercise, I'm just like, I'm 40 minutes and I'm like, time to walk home. I'm in the snow. I mean, I didn't drive in my big truck at 10 o'clock in the morning with no one in the gym. I didn't have to sign language my intent to share the weights with someone because I don't know how to speak Chinese and there's like 15 people trying to use the same machine, you know? So, like I said, I think sometimes people just forget that cool people also go to the gym, but we ain't looking like superheroes.
Right. Right.
But yeah, moving on from that terrible note, you have a gym story for us.
Yeah. I sort of kind of met the black guy that I don't like.
Oh, so everyone, if you've watched episode 16 and you've seen our Instagram videos and our short clips on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, wherever you see us, Nick had a white guy moment. And that was being embarrassed by a black guy at sport.
I wasn't embarrassed. I felt like my turf was being stepped on.
How is this guy? Is he cool?
He's cool. I didn't catch his name or anything. I didn't yeah, I didn't catch his name. But he's cool peoples. I went in, this was Thursday. What's today? Friday? No, it was Wednesday. Wednesday I went to the gym early morning. And which was amazing because there's only like 5 people in there. I love it when it's empty. Got my headphones on.
So lucky.
I love going to the gym when it's empty, man. You just got the whole place to yourself. Because then your workout ain't going to be long. You get in, you got to do what you got to do. Everything's open, you in and you out. So it was beautiful, man. And for those people who go to the gym a lot, you know what I mean. An empty gym, that's heaven. And so I went in. I was the only one in. I wasn't the only one in there. But it was like 5 people in there, so it wasn't too bad. And
that means no one.
That means no one. And I was in there working out, doing some stuff, and I look up and I see him. I didn't see him come in, but I see him over. I was probably there like 30 minutes before him, and I seen him stretching. And of course, he's in all this fucking fitness gear and just fucking
looking good, looking slick.
Whatever.
Compliment the man. Compliment the man. Compliment him.
I didn't. I could have said worse. That's a compliment. But no. He's. I was working out, and he walked past me, and he like. I looked up. He like waved them. I was like, I gave him the nod, and then he came back again. And he was like. All he said was like, which makes me mad because he came up and he was just like, "Oh man, you're so big, man. Good workout, man. Let's get a sweat in or something like that." And then like gave me like a little fist bump and then like walked off. And I was like, then it's hard to not like you.
Because he called you big.
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to. Now I know that. Yeah, now I know that, you're the competition and now you're being nice. It's just it's like that feeling that like I'm pretty sure you played it in a rugby match before where someone comes and just blasts you, just cleans your clock, have you rethinking life. And then
it picks you up.
And it helps you, hey man, you okay, man? You wanna get up, man? Hey, how you doing, man?
You'd be like, you prick. You literally just almost killed me. But that's the beauty of rugby. That's the beauty of rugby. You'll be like, and I've watched that. So quick side note, I've watched a lot of sport, and when people hate each other, they keep hating each other after the game. In rugby, you will literally physically kill each other for 80 minutes. Then afterwards, hug each other and go have a beer.
Yeah.
So he literally did that to you. I've got a gym story. I don't have many because since coming back to China from last year August, I haven't really been to the gym, and so I went back to this gym this week, and I totally forgot how intimidating a place like the gym is. And I'm not a small person. I'm not intimidated by the small person, but I am intimidated by the physique that all of these people are in. And so I didn't go near the weight section on Monday nights. I stayed by the little machines,
You
the machine weights.
you went to the spin class, didn't you?
No. I was on a spinning bike by myself. There was a spinning bike by myself. So I like to go spin on the bike for 10 minutes, like we used to. And so I did that, and then I went and I stayed by the weight machines. That's what I was doing because that's where all the smaller guys were. So I was like, okay, I'll be the bigger guy in the
There you
weight
go.
machines.
Flash of your
There we go.
peacock.
So I was like, yeah, and I was doing the weight, and I turned around, and I guess in China they're like less, they care less about people having no shirts on. So, like, if you've ever come to China and go to the gym, anything goes. You can wear anything you want as long as it covers up your bits and bobs. But there was one guy that was in like tights, sports tights, and his Jordans. That was it.
He's working out in
That was
Jordans.
it. He's working out and he's
Well, it could be
pushing
like
weights in Jordans.
it could be like
Yeah, he's
Jordan
doing
athletic shoes though, not like basketball shoes.
Yeah. They weren't. They were more like they were leaning more towards a basketball style of shoe rather
Okay.
than the apparel style shoe. But he's got his big Jordans on and tights. That is it. There's no shorts. There's no pants. There's no shirt. There's no jacket. There's no even a headband or anything. But y'all can see everything. You can see the shapes of everything.
Yeah.
And he's gymming. And he's gymming the worst possible thing that he could do. And it's just legs. And I had turned around, and I'm a distance from him, so I'm not there. And I turned around, and he decided to get he's at the squat machine, and he goes down, and I'm just like, oh, I see everything as you've squatted. And you know what? Don't tell me that, oh, look away. No human's looking away. You're looking, you're staring, you're going, huh? What am I looking at?
Did you see?
So I stared.
Did you see the vein?
No, his ass was to me, but I saw the bulge dip under. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to see this. and then I turned to my left, and I promise you, I saw Goku's double. Goku from Dragon Ball Z. I saw his double. This man had blonde hair. Bleach. It was like whitish yellow. It looked weird. And he not squinted smile. His smile was so cheesy. And he didn't, I don't know if that was his face because it looked like it was like a botch up of Botox, but he couldn't stop smiling. So I don't know if that was his actual expression, but I kept my stare on him because he was just smiling. And he had a shirt off, of course, because about 10 men were working out in the weight section. 9 of them had their shirts off. And then one guy that looked like me had a shirt on. And this guy had the pecs. I swear to you, it looked like it was Lego bricks. It looked like it was cut, like someone had put how the old 90s video games, how the guys had they were built by bricks almost. I swear he looked like he had pecs that were made from bricks. I was like, mate, what? How do they look like that? And I was just like, welcome back to the gym. And I was like, welcome back to the gym in China.
Them roids.
In China. Bro. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm jealous or upset. I was just like,
don't be.
I was just like, I don't have time. And then I realized that the guy that had just the tights on and was doing legs I walked past his poster, and he was a trainer there. And I'm like, so you live here. Okay, that's good to know. And I'm just like, ugh. And in China, if most people know China, or in fact, most Asian countries, everything is filtered to a certain degree that wow, they look good. And then you meet them in person, they're like, okay, all right, I see what we're really dealing with,
Right.
And all those pictures on the fitness things, I was like, the only thing that wasn't really filtered was his muscles, because to be fair, they matched. But I was like, your face don't look that clean, bro. No. You have more zits on your face currently than there is on that poster. You do not look like that, sir. But yeah, that was my intimidating, pathetic moment in the gym where I felt like I am very out of my depth. Yeah. I will just.
When we were in the gym together in China, it was just speaking on that. I never, because there was some guys that was in there that were like muscles were like no homo, muscles were popping, and can we say no homo? Or can I say like pause? Can I do pause?
Paul, yeah. Look, we're not. We.
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not worried about cancel or anything.
No. I'm
But
not. No.
I just don't know
It's just
if
weird.
we're
Like,
if no homo still accepted. Do we
yeah.
just say pause? I just say pause sometimes. Like pause.
Yeah. Just say like, yeah, okay, that's cool. No,
All
I
right.
get you. We
All
people
right.
know us.
So it was some dudes in the gym that looked good. Pause. And they, but that's one of those steroids is heavy. It's not illegal. I don't think it's illegal in China.
I think it is. They hide it. They have to hide it.
Do they? Because okay, when I remember when I first started playing football with the Spartans, uh, they were not hiding
Yeah,
that.
they were doing it on the field. They
Yeah,
weren't hiding
when
it.
I
But
saw
I think
Sangha
this.
pop one of them in the
Yeah.
chest with a needle, I was like, "Yo, what is this?"
Mm-hmm.
That's when I was like, but a lot of guys, you can tell, just even in general, not even just in China, but even in general, you can tell some people who are natural working out, built, maybe like some creatine or protein shakes. And you can tell the difference between them and the people who are on the steroids, the TRT or the testosterone or whatnot. It's a different body type. And you can, if you, once you see it once or twice, you go, like, oh, okay, I know. So a lot of those guys in the
Yeah, like
gym,
you can.
they were very, and a lot of them are, and when they working out, yeah, it's still working out. They're still doing heavy lifts. But if you watch the workouts they do, their bodies are very stiff. It's more so just squat and bench press and maybe some curls. And outside of that,
Yeah.
like they
No.
can't.
They're a
Yeah,
different type of athletic. They're not necessarily.
I wouldn't even call it athletic.
I would still say it's a type of athletic aspect to it. There we go.
When I think of
Sorry,
athletic, I'm like,
If anyone's.
can you run and move or turn or your hip or something like that?
Yeah. Just if anyone's actually watching this live video, or not live video, but when we send it out, you'll see me playing with light because all of a sudden Shenyang starts getting really dark quickly. So I'm changing lights.
What
And I'm
time is
trying
it?
to figure out. Just give me 5 seconds. 5 seconds, people. Hold on.
So, welcome to the smooth sexual
So
sounds of Nick's pot. Oh, hey.
I'm back. See, that was quick. No, because it's 5 to 5, and it's like the first time I'm doing like an afternoon recording session. So
Nice.
yeah,
Okay, nice.
but yeah, the sun went down really fast, right there and then it went beep.
It is.
So yeah, so
It's,
we
it's
will
bright
edit
here.
this part.
It's bright
Well,
here.
early morning there.
It's 8:55.
Is the sun shining in England?
That's what I'm gonna say. The sun is out today.
The sun's
Hey, the sun is out today. 2024, baby. This is number 3. Sun is out for the 3rd time this year. Let's go. We're on a road, baby. Let's see if we can get 10 before July. Yeah, the sun is out. It hasn't been too cold. Yesterday, I don't remember yesterday to be honest. But yeah, the sun is out. The kids are going into school.
Fair enough.
Which I want to point out. So I don't have a car yet. Working on it. But we have in front of our house, we have like on the street. It's this line that goes on the street over, and it's the width of our driveway. So you're not supposed to park in front of it, right? You're not supposed to park on this line. But like the parents, right across the street from my crib, I wish I could show you, is a school. So like the parents are doing drop. Like I'm watching them right now. Parents walking in their kids through the gate, whatever. It's like a little drop off, but you can't park right where the school is at because there's a bunch of signs that you can't park there. So some parents will like park in front of our driveway, hop out real quick, take the kids in, pull off. I'm like, okay, cool. The thing that annoys me is that when they come to pick up the kids, and some of them will park in front of our driveway and just sit there and just wait until the kids get out of school. Now, I've never said anything, and I really can't, because when this happens, I work from home. My shorty works from home, so it's not like we're trying to get out. But it's also, and it might be the American entitlement in me. Move out the way of my driveway. Like, part of me gets annoyed, but I never said nothing, because I'm like, I know it's just a parent waiting for their kid. Like, I'm not gonna. It's one of those, like, I can't be a dick, but in my head I want to be a dick. Like, I just want to be a jerk about this. So, and I'm thinking, I'm just like, I run these scenarios through my head, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for that day when we need to go, and I say something to somebody. I'm like, hey, can you move your car? And I'm just waiting. Of course, I know British politeness. They'll probably just be like, oh, I'm sorry to move their car. I kind of want that confrontation for someone to be like, no, I'm not moving my car. Just so I can go back in the house and get a knife and pop the tire. That's all I want.
I feel like that. I think it's all of us. We just want that. We don't want it all the time. We just want
I just need a.
And I think at work today, it happened at work where I'm a very cool, calm, collected person. So lunch had just finished, and I don't think the person actually listens to us. I don't think so, and I don't think they actually care. But lunch is finished. The kids, so the senior kids have gone out of school. They got snowboarding and skiing practice. Well, like they've gone through a couple. They've had camps every Friday afternoon, and there was an event at our school in our PE room, and our PE room had all the stuff had been taken out. So now I was moving back the tennis tables. Now the tennis tables are, the table tennis tables. The table tennis tables, yes. So we have 2 of them, and they split into 2 halves. So there's 4 sections I'm moving. And I'm on the last section. But now there was a group of people watching us. A group of teachers watching me move the table tennis tables. And they get to the last 4th one. And one of the ladies, Chinese local staff, actually said, can I help you? And I was like, no need. I just, and they're like, no, I'll help you. And I was like, you don't have to lift it, because I had to go downstairs. I had to go down 2 little steps, basically. But it's a bit disjointed. So if someone just stabilized the top, I could lift it down and then lift up the top and move it down by myself. I just needed someone just to stand there and stabilize it, not lift. So she did that. And then the last table moving out, the one teacher's like, why didn't you just ask Daniel to do it? And I'm like, I'm here. Like, why didn't you just do it? And I've done 3. Like, why are you making this person do it? And I was like, I didn't ask them to help me, but they're hurting. And I was like, I didn't know they were hurting. And I was like, I'm not a mind reader. And then I was like, what are you doing? And they were like, huh? And I was like, you could have helped. Are you hurting? And they were like, and I was like, I will continue then, doing the 4th table by myself. I was just like, say something. And you know what? I was thinking before I was moving those tables, I was like, someone say something. Say something while I'm moving the tables. Say something, because you all said something yesterday about me not helping when I wasn't even there. So yes, I know exactly what you
see. But now in the workplace, you're better than me, because in the workplace, I don't have that kind of attitude. Where I would like, obviously it hasn't never happened when I was at Richardson, but when I was at First Sleep, like, I'm pretty sure I said in the pod before, I've talked shady to my boss before. Like, I've told my boss, like, verbatim, why am I doing this? Ain't this your job? Like, nice. I've talked to my boss outside of, like, the bars, when we're not in work hours. I've told my boss, one of my bosses before, I was like, bro, I told him straight to his face, like, bro, I don't even like you. Like, we not in the office right now. Now it's just me and you. We at the bar having a drink. Everybody's here. It's a club scene. We was at bar 11. And I straight up told him, I was like, bro, he was trying to talk to me about something. I said, bro, with all due respect, I don't even like you. Like,
Sometimes I wish I had your brass. I wish I had it. I wish I had the brass.
It's never nothing disrespectful,
I think
but
I'm
it's
just
always very
no. It's
very
not.
brutally honest.
It's but that's the thing though. That's where I deal with it differently. So like unless you impact, so I'm very fortunate. Most people that I get really ticked off with at work don't impact my direct job.
Right.
Like it's not like they do intend in some aspects they are impacting in little bits and bobs, but like in terms of my daily goals and the checks that I have to do and the stuff that I want to achieve, they pretty much dust in the wind for me. And it's just their comments that like eat at me or bite me, and I'm just like, I wish I had the brass just to be like, you know, have something stern to say and be like, yo, just step back a bit. I don't appreciate it, or no, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But yeah, so sometimes I do wish I have your brass about it and say no. But I also enjoy helping others, and sometimes get taken advantage of, or not. It's not, you know what I mean. People say taking advantage of. It's not like they ask you to do it. They just know they don't have to do it because you're gonna end up doing it.
Yeah.
And the thing for me is like, when it comes to like reports and anything admin wise at school, I don't always put my hand up for that, you know? So at school, it's different for me. Like if there's admin stuff to be done and shared, I'm sharing that responsibility. Trust me. If you haven't done your part, don't ask me. I'm not doing that. However, if it's volunteering for an event that adds value to our students' lives, I don't need to wait for you to put your hand up. That's for sure. I'm just going to do it. And that's pretty much how I am. And I told myself I wasn't going to talk about this. Let's move on. Moving on about work problems. This is not a work problem podcast.
For me, shit, I'm going to say my work problems if I got beef. I need somewhere to vent.
Some people are too close to my work and this podcast, so I don't want to go to work and be like, episode 17 was about you.
Yeah. I drop names. I don't know that my job even knows I have a problem. I drop names.
Boom.
But anyways, yeah. Moving on, man. So Daniel has seen my story. And I got a bunch of other friends that have also seen my story. So
Mick does not live in the
I've recently got into betting. Now, before I go any further, this is gambling safety. You know, we can go over some rules. Never gamble what you can't afford to lose. Do not put your life savings, your children's future, your house. Do not put anything of that nature up for collateral. All right.
Just gamble
responsibly. Now, so I've recently got into betting on like sports, not like who's gonna win, but like stats. I bet on like lately. You know, Arsenal averages 5 corners a game. Cool. I'll bet that they're going to get at least 3. You know. I always bet over, pretty much guaranteed. And I always bet small. I've never bet anything over like 10 pounds. Usually I bet like 5 pounds to try to win a couple hundred. You know, something that if I lose 5 pounds, I'm not stressed about. This betting has me in a chokehold. So much so that I have on my app, I have changed it to, there's a bet. I haven't gone over the limit, but I can only bet at max 50 pounds a month. And Lucy's livelihood up for a bet, you know. So we've seen those.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I have a gambling problem. And this is what we said in the beginning.
I have a crippling gambling addiction.
Click the link below for Gamblers Anonymous down there. Please.
I have a crippling.
There will be a link.
I have a gambling addiction.
I'm going to put a link in our description.
Yeah. If you don't believe me, I'll bet you. But
I bet you I can change. I bet you 50 pounds I can change.
But anyways, I made a bet going over 3 games. It was the Getafe Real Madrid match, the Wolves Man United, and who else was it? What was the other one? Wolves, Man United, Getafe, Madrid. Was it Bournemouth? No. Bournemouth, yeah, Bournemouth and West Ham. And I did some stats. And I put a £5 bet in. If I would have won, it was £7,000 return. 7K.
Ooh, nice. You missed out one.
I missed out one.
Wasn't your story like one red
two.
mark? I thought it was one. I was like, hey, probably that was close. If it was two, then yeah, you still far.
The Wolves, Man United, I had them all right. Getafe, Madrid, it was one. The thing I needed was Getafe to have 4 shots on target. They had 2. And the West Ham, whatever one, I needed the total game to have basically at least 8 corners, both teams total. And it was 7 corners in the game.
1 corner and 2 shots away from
$7,000.
A nicer place to stay in.
I was like, I posted on my story.
There's your car, bud. There's your car.
I was trying to get us out the hood. I told Lucy, I almost had us out the hood. You know, people don't know where I live now. I'm living in.
He's not even close to the hood.
I'm living in the slums of Wirral.
No, you're not.
In the slums. It's grimy out here, man. It's ladies of the night and guns and drugs just flooding the streets where I'm at. It's the homeless population. You know, guns are illegal. I got a bat next to the door. You know, it's crazy where I'm at. You know, I got to protect my girl every day.
This man's tushy's so comfy where he is right now. Not even close to the hood. I think you're a river and a drive away from the hood, mate.
Almost saved me and Lucy. Almost got my girl out to a better life, you know. But yeah, man.
If you won that, if you won that 7K, you wouldn't been here now. You would have been gone somewhere very quick.
If I'd have won that 7, it was yesterday. If I'd have won that 7K, I'd have canceled today's recording.
Yeah, you would have been like, I'm going
on like Daniel.
Like, I understand.
I'd just been like, well, one, I would have just blew it. I would have just blew it straight off. I'd have paid off a lot of stuff first. But,
yeah.
But no, for today, because that's what I was going to tell you. Your boy Solo Dolo for the weekend. Lucy has gone this morning to her sister's house to work, and then she went on like a little girls, our homegirl Stace. Shout out to Big Stace. Her birthday was last week. She came here for her birthday. But today they're doing like a little girls weekend, like 2 nights. And I don't even know the name of the city. Somewhere in Wales. One of those Jesus Christ. That's what they So they're in one of those towns. And
like, you know, when the TV breaks because of internet connection.
They're in one of those places. But she left this morning, and I'm off this weekend, and she took Frankie with her, so you know, Solo Dolo. So
you said
So if I'd have won that 7K, I would have booked the trip because tomorrow I'm supposed to go to this Tranmere Rovers match. I would have booked the trip and just not went. I'd have just went to somewhere else for the weekend. I just went to like, I don't know.
You could have gone to like a Real Madrid game. Jump on a plane and go watch them.
No, I couldn't because they played yesterday. Cause I lost my money on it. Remember that? Remember that part? Remember that?
Sorry. Clearly the wound is still fresh.
Oh man, I posted a meme. My homeboy was like, my homeboy posted, and he was like, losing these bets just got me betting on Korean tennis right now.
to throw games, man. This is where it all starts. Throwing games. Just make sure you kick the ball out then, okay? Just kick it out. I'll pay you £1,000. I get 6, you get 1,000. Just kick
and
the
I'll
ball
be
out.
One of those where you get onto like a little app, and it's like the odds are 100,000 to 1 that someone runs on the pitch and smacks the keeper. I'll be like, oh, let me book that. Let me go ahead and book this ticket to the match.
The person that does it.
I'll book this ticket to the match. All right. And
I
get tackled and arrested, but when I get out, I got a couple $100,000 waiting on me.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, all worth it. All worth it.
Like I told you it was going to happen. I told you, I knew it. I knew it was going to happen.
I knew it.
Like pitch invaders, yeah, I'll do it. You give me a meal, you give me $1 million, I'll invade a pitch easily. I'll streak 100%. I'll streak. I'll take that. I'll get tackled and arrested. That's cool. That's cool.
I'll even pay the club. I'll even pay the club for a fee.
Yeah.
Be like, just sneak me on.
So yeah, man. But yeah, betting's got me in the chokehold. Gamble safe. Ooh. I know it's illegal in China, but for everyone else, gamble safe. But yeah, man, it's that was close. Because when I first started, I was betting on like this player to do this, to score or assist or to be cards, and I won a little bit, nothing crazy. But then I started to like actually, once I get into something, I start doing research. And I started researching, and it was more so like bet on like stats, likelihood of something to happen, like that this team will get this many shots or this many saves. And I started doing research on these teams, so like how many shots are they averaging and whatnot. I'm getting close, man. I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
Deep. He's digging out.
I'm only.
Lucy, he's digging his heart.
I'm only. I've looked at on the app. You can look at your profits and losses. I'm only like. Based off what I've played and won and lost, I'm only like 20 pounds negative. So it's not bad.
Good.
It's not bad yet. But I know myself. I put a limit. I put a limit, and I can't change the limit. So I'm cool with. Obviously, I'm not cool with. But the worst case scenario would be 50 pounds a month. But if I lost like 50 pounds a month, I'm bringing that down to like 25. But yeah, I can only bet that much, but I've won a few. I haven't won like any big ones, but I've won a few. So, but that one last night, man, that one hurt. That one hurt.
That one was too close.
So, but yeah, it got me in a chokehold. But before we get into, I think you have some questions.
I do. So we asked our
before we get into that,
for questions,
the expat point that I wanted to bring up for those who might be traveling abroad or planning to live somewhere in another country. For people, I'm not even going to say for a certain race. If you care about your hair, if you care about your hair, and there's a certain way that you like for it to be done, and I'm going to say this: if there's a certain race of people that you like to do your hair, do that research prior. Because for my hair, I've only ever allowed, and I say black people, black, African, whatever you want to say, darker people to cut my hair, or Mexicans. And it's not a slight on anyone that's Hispanic. Specifically, Mexicans have done well cutting my hair.
It's your
yeah.
It's your preference. It's not being anything wrong. You like, these are the people that have done it well. I'm staying with these people.
And they've done it. They've done a great job. When I was in China, I had a Nigerian girl twist my hair, and I had I think he was from Zimbabwe or Ghana, one of the two. Guy cut my hair. Perfect. Come to England, and I'm in the world. Daniel has been here before. Not a lot of color going around here. Not a lot of color. And so I struggled in the beginning finding someone to do my hair. I got on like Facebook, found some old dodgy ass people that was on some like, yeah, I can cut your hair, I can do your locks. You know, give me 80 pounds for a booking fee, and then you can come here. Well, yeah. So I had a few girls.
That's
hell yeah. I had a few girls that was like, yeah, to book me, you got to give me like 50, 60 pounds up front I'm like, I don't even know who you. Yeah, up
Up
front.
front? For
Exactly. I was
who?
like, no, that's just straight scam, bro. I just give you that money, you can just run off. I don't even know you. Ain't never met you. I was like, don't worry about it.
No.
Which now Lucy twists my hair, which is solid. Lucy does a great job. But anyways, getting a haircut. I've been going to this Turkish barber, and they do too much. They do entirely too much, and they want to. I just ask for like short on the sides, line my lines up, trim my beard, and I'm gonna lie, it does. My beard looks good. I've had compliments on my hair.
Man, they like the Turkish barbers. They boss
Right, and
beards.
they
They
do
know
do a
how to do
beard,
a
but when it
beard.
comes to hair, my thing is they do too much. I didn't ask for a hot towel and some fire thing to burn the hair off. They doing all this extra stuff, which I know is just to make me pay more. And anyways, I go. This is the last time I'm going to this place. I found another place I'm gonna try out. I go and I'm sitting in the chair, and this guy's like, how do you want your hair? And I was like, just like I said, just a little low on the sides, just bring it down, line my lines up, line my beard, trim my beard, sort it. He said, all right, cool. Pulls out the clippers, and like in my side of my head, a deep cut. So it was straight skin. And he was like, do you like it like that? And I was like, nigga,
What?
you already cut it. What do you mean? Do I like it? Like, what? If I say no, you can't put it back. What do you mean? It was straight skin. I was like, yeah. I was like, bro,
No!
what do you? I was like, I guess I have to like it like that. Don't have a choice, do I? Bro, I was so hot.
Oh
I
my
was so
god!
hot, bro. And I was just like, come on, man, just fuck it, finish it. So
No!
I was like,
No,
yeah. I was like,
bro!
yeah.
You
I was
don't
like,
do
yeah.
it there.
I guess I like it like that,
It's like,
bro.
no, that's like that is like tattooing in your car. You like this color,
Yeah.
bro.
So I was like, all right, bro. So he ended
No.
up he cuts all the side of my hair. He didn't cut no locks off. He cut all the side of my hair. And mind you, people was watching it. I'm not wearing this to hide it. There's nothing wrong with my hair right now. It looks fine. I'm not wearing this to hide it. I just woke up and I just got my bonnet and stuff still on. But like people are complimenting, but I don't like that he cut it all. He pretty much like gave me like a skin fade, skin taper around, and then he
Yeah.
took like a razor and started like he put like some cream and stuff on my head, wiped it off with like a hot towel. He's like a little razor to like get it real close. I don't use razors at all. I used to use razors when I was in school for like
Mm.
my beard and stuff. But just some skins, some people's skin doesn't go well with razors. You still get ingrown hairs and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
And I would get a lot of razor bumps. My dad has a lot of razor bumps. Well, he doesn't shave anymore, but he used to have a lot of razor bumps. My skin doesn't do well.
Yeah, I get razor hair on my beard. That's why I
Yeah,
keep
I
it
don't
long.
do razor. If I cut my hair, I have clippers that I use because razors, my skin breaks out.
Mm.
So I don't use razors. I didn't know you about to use a razor. So he starts using this razor, and I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm thinking in my head, I hope that this ain't gonna be on some bullshit. And my beard is fine, but I got these like around at the edge above my ear on the side of my head. There's like these little small, it's probably like 6, 7 each, like little red razor bumps. And of course, I know how to handle it. It's gonna go away, whatever. But it pissed me off, man. It really got under my skin. I'm like, who told you to use razors? You cut my hair way too. Granted, my hair grows fast, so it's already coming back. But I was like, you cut my hair
Thank God for hair
way too
growth.
short, bro. I was just like, as soon as he finished, I was like, I'm never
Ah,
coming back.
man.
I'm never coming back here. Never coming back.
Mm-mm.
So
But
I found a
like most guys ask you. Most guys ask you, "Are you okay with me using your razor?"
yeah.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna use it. And then, like sometimes even the Chinese guys cutting your hair, they're like, "This okay?" And you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, Kira, I know what you want to do." So like, yeah, but that was just strange though, because like when I went to the Turkish barber in London, man, did I mean there was an Iranian that cut my hair in Cyprus. No, yes, Iranian that cut my hair in Cyprus, and a Turkish guy cut my hair in London. I I would hire those guys and make them come here in China and cut my hair every week. Because first of all, they know how to handle. But again, it's different. Like you said, it's preferences. It's people who handle the people's hair. Like I like my hair. If you can cut it, skin fades and stuff like that, I'm down for that. I mean, I don't really want the Chinese guys. They like long tops and like semi short sides,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean. Like they like their hair flopping down over their eyes almost. But I like my hair clean, cut, shaven, very different to your hair. And I like my beard trimmed, not like shoved off. Like I mean, I haven't met a Chinese person that can cut a beard because they don't see beards. They don't. And but like it's so different. Like, and it's so weird that guy just oh, do you like it like this? I mean, well, I guess. What the fuck?
I was just like, bro. So I found another barber, and I'm gonna go there soon. And I'm just gonna walk in and be like, "Yo, my name is Nick. This is exactly what I want. I don't want anything more, anything less. I want this. If you do one step over it, you're doing too much. I didn't ask for that. Listen, I'm gonna say it in English. I'll get a translator to put it in Turkish if I have to. This is exactly what I want." So, and it sounds ungrateful because when I came out, Lucy was like, "Oh, it looks so good." Stace, some of my other friends were like, "Oh, it looks so nice. It looks so nice." He trimmed my beard up well, and I give him that. But my thing, and I told her, I was like, "I get it, and it looks nice. It's not what I wanted." And he used a razor, and it just, it was one of those. It might be a bit entitled, but I didn't ask for this. So I was just like, "Yeah, I ain't going back."
Yeah, that is true, and I think. Yeah, like you said, if you're traveling and you like certain people, just take into account that if you're going somewhere where it's very different and they don't see your type of people like regularly, like in China, they don't see black people in hairdressers a lot. So if you go if you go to Shanghai and Shenzhen, you've got more people going to a hairdresser, and the hairdressers are used to it. You're fine. But if you go into a small town and in that town there are 3 black people, because it can happen, there's no one that's going to be able to cut
learn to hair. Do it on your own.
So you need to find ways to learn to do it on your own. Or if you're in an expat group, before you go, ask the question, "Hey guys, I'm looking for someone to braid and cut my hair," and every expat will be like, "Yep, this is the person to go to," or "Nope, this is the person to go to." I mean, you helped me last 2 weeks ago when I asked you for your person's hair because a guy here was looking for it as well. So yeah, it's just you know. Like I mean, I don't expect Nick to come to the hairdresser with me in China because they're gonna look at Nick's hair and they're gonna be like, I don't know what to do with that hair. It's different, and that's okay. Just make sure. Don't go overseas and be like, "No one can cut my hair. This is the worst place ever."
Yeah,
we could have told you that. We could definitely yeah.
So you got some questions for us, though, right?
Well, let's hit one. And I like the one. And shout out to Vicky.
Shout out to Vicky. She we was talking about it earlier. Vicky, that's my homegirl. A1 since day one. She came. Me and Vicky, we met getting off the plane from the States. She's from New York, though. But we met... which she probably tell it better than me. When I got off the plane, I had a Michigan hoodie. I don't have that one no more. I had a Michigan hoodie on and my headphones. And Vicky was like, when they brought everybody together, she was like, "You had a Michigan hoodie on, you had your headphones in, you wasn't paying attention to nobody." But she was like, she said she could hear my music. I think she could hear my music, and she was like, "We gonna be cool." And since day one, me and Vicky have been, that's my ace boo cool. That's my little sis. Love her to death. Shout out to Vicky.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she's got, we'll tackle some of the other questions next episode as well. But she's got one of the cool questions that stood out to me. And it said, best and worst parts about visiting home after being abroad so long.
The best part, are you asking me or you answer this yourself?
Well, we can do both. You can go first. I was asking so rightfully so.
The best part when I came home was seeing my family, my first, which my cousin Corey, he was on an episode like what, 12 or something like that, like 11 or something. Uh, he was the first person because I flew to LA first, and he picked me from the airport. So he was the first person. I stayed with him for probably like 3 or 4 days, and so he was the first person I seen. It was good seeing a familiar face and everything. Then I flew home after like 3 days, and I think 3 days, 3 or 4 days in LA. Flew home, and I met with Lucy, who I hadn't seen in about 6 months, and my mom and everyone. And it was good seeing my mom, my sister, my pops, my grandparents. It was cool seeing familiar faces, man. Faces that I hadn't seen in 4 years. So it was cool, man. I would say that was the best part. Honestly, the best part was just seeing people that I had missed. Everything else, I can give a hoot about it, because I realized, at least coming from China to the U.S., I forgot how expensive everything was. Uh, I used to live in L.A. before China. When I went back to L.A., after one day, I thought to myself, why in the hell did I ever live here? This place is crazy expensive. I hated it. And LA is a great place, but just me personally, I don't want to go back to LA. I did not have a good time. That was rough. Culture shock is real reverse culture shock when you are used to, and listen, China, when you're used to everyone speaking Chinese. You walk down the street in Shenyang, you hear someone speaking English, like, oh, who's that? Who you looking around? Who am I understanding right now? you know, but that reverse culture shock of getting off the plane, getting out in LA, everyone speaking English, everyone speaking English. It was just, I think I might have said it in the pod. I think I had like in life, it's probably like my second panic attack, anxiety attack, because there was so much happening at one time that my brain just couldn't regulate it all at that moment. So going back to the question, the best thing was seeing faces, seeing family, being able to find some comfort in family, friends that I had missed. The worst part for me was the currency conversion was rough, getting my feet together, and the reverse culture shock, man. Reverse culture shock is a real thing. That hit,
definitely a real
hit me
thing.
hard. What about yourself, man?
I think the best and the worst thing was, for me, was kind of the same thing. Was seeing family and friends, but in South Africa, seeing family and friends struggle. So like going back home for the holiday, I was like, wow, I'm super privileged. I'm privileged to be in the situation I am, even though I hadn't seen family for 4 years. And some might think that's not really a privilege, but I was still working and I was getting paid quite well. But going back home, being able to spend the money I can spend, being able to do what I was doing in South Africa, and then seeing friends and family and being like, I have godchildren in South Africa, so I've got 2 godchildren, and they practically like, I'm like their uncle, even though I'm not related to them through blood, but I treat them like my niece and nephew. And like, if you had asked me who do I really miss apart from like mom and dad, it's them. That I miss those 2 kids. And not saying that people are like poor and struggling, but things that I take for granted, it was so weird. Like, I loved seeing them, I loved spending time with them, I really missed them. And it gave me great pleasure to be like, you know what, it's your birthday, I'm here for your birthday, I'm going to spoil you for your birthday. And I took my niece out for like everything, like whatever she wanted. I was like, you got it. And they were like, Daniel's here spoiling her, God. And I was like, yeah, damn right I am, because I won't see her, like I'll see her once a year, but for sure I'm spoiling her, because that's my job. But like, when you're going out with people and friends and they like looking at the pennies, and you don't have to, because the exchange rate from China to South Africa suits me. It really suits me. So I wasn't worried about pennies, but everyone else was. And that made me not sad or anything. It was just like a little bit guilty, but like, I had the opportunity to get out and I got out. Some people don't have the opportunity to get out. Some people always say why can't people just leave their country? It's difficult. It's not something that you can do. it takes a lot of courage, but also you need to have the you can't, if you have children, you can't just go.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot to take into account unless you're being transferred, unless the work is helping you do it, unless you've got old money that can help you. But if you just two parents working hard or two people working hard and you can't leave and you don't have the ability to leave, maybe it's mentally, physically, or socially, it's a hard to just get up and go. Like people, some expats that have moved and they're like, oh, thank God I've moved, but why don't you move?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I've spoken to a lot of people and I'm like, some people they were like literally said, they were like, I don't know how not to live with my mother being 10, 15
Right.
kilometers away from me. And some people don't know that. They will never know that. And they're too scared. And you can't say, oh, you must just go for it. It's not that easy, when you don't have the support structure that allows you to as well. So for me, going back home, the best and worst part was being like, man, I missed you guys. And then I'd be like, man, this sucks. I wish I could help people more in the sense of like what they're doing. They're struggling in their daily lives. And I wish I could help them more, So yeah, that was probably the best and worst part about going back home, being away for so long.
Yeah, man. It's for if you listen to this, man, if you do decide to go and live abroad, we still recommend it. Obviously, we speak a lot about China, but in any country that's safe and that you feel comfortable in, I recommend it. But yeah, going back home, you will see like reverse culture shock. You will see
culture shock,
how your money works again, because obviously you're going to see how your money works there. But then once you get used to that way of living, especially if you're ideally making more, spending less compared to your own country.
Yeah.
When you get back, that shit does hit hard. You will be like, oh, damn, I forgot it was like this. Because I wasn't even living in, because like,
is this how
even
it
in
is?
Kentucky, obviously it's not as expensive as LA, by no means. But when I was even back home, I was like, damn, I forgot this cost this much. Damn, this is, okay. So UK is not too bad, but yeah, when I was back home, that was a pain.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, we can do the rest. It was a nice episode, but we do the rest of those questions tomorrow. Keep the questions coming, please.
Yes, please. I'll post again. I'll post and I'll send it to everyone. I will spam all our friends and family. I just keep spamming people. This is how I get them to ask questions. I spam.
I have one dad joke.
I have also one dad joke. This might be probably my worst dad joke I've ever said in my life. But
do you want to go first, too?
Fine, I'll go first. All right. So this one, I'll begin. Someone broke into my house last night and stole my limbo trophy. How low can you go?
I knew it was something. As soon as you said limbo, like it's gonna be something low. I know it.
All right.
So
you go, sir.
My friend came out of the room and he screamed, "It's a boy!" Yeah. So we never went back to Thailand after that.
I'm so glad you said that and I didn't come from my mouth. Yeah. Don't cancel us, please. He can say it on me.
I have a
good one.
I won't say it on the pod, man, but I'll tell you off the pod either today or another time.
Everyone's gonna be like, hopefully this will be like, hey, people, tell us about that joke.
No, one of my friends told me it's a terrible story about his time in Thailand, but I could never say it on the pod, but no, it didn't happen to him, but he was witness, and he was like, it's a terrible thing. But yeah, crazy place. Hey, also Chinese New Year is going on.
Yes, sir. Chinese New Year. Well, it started kind of already. A lot of people have gone on holiday. Most of the schools have gone on holiday. Some of the international schools are still open and they'll close next week. But yeah, Chinese New Year is next week. We're Friday, we're off. So the 9th till the 18th, we're off. So
I got two friends in Vietnam. Blaine Drew's in Bali for 2 weeks. And then where are you going?
Yes. I'm going to Korea for 4 nights in 2 weeks' time. Yep, I'm going to Seoul for 4 weeks, and we will try and do a recording. I will try and do a recording there. I mean, I think Korea is, if we 8 hours apart, Korea is 9 hours apart.
An hour ahead of China.
Okay. Hour ahead of China. So yeah, let me just double check that. I'll check on my phone quickly, but I do believe it is an hour ahead.
So we'll work out something.
Checking. Yeah. So, but I'll definitely try and get be somewhere different. Yeah, Seoul is an hour ahead, so I'll be there. I've got a mate. Shout out to my mate from university. His name's Rogan. We've known each other for a long time. He's been there for quite a while now. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to spending some time with him and checking out Korea and everything like that. Yeah, new experience for me.
Nice,
for sure.
Nice. I'll be watching the Tranmere Rovers play tomorrow against Crew. And
yeah, take some photos. I know you're terrible at that, but take some photos.
I'm gonna try to get my jersey signed. I found out it was.
Yeah, you're gonna be the only black guy. You're gonna be the only black guy. You might have black guys on the field, and they might be like, "We signing his shirt."
Jersey signed. It's £20 to get in. I'm gonna just ask if I spend $100, can I kick a shot at the goal? Just one. I just want to kick a shot.
That reminds me of a video I saw on Instagram of the Super Bowl ticket prices, and I think his name is Stallion on Instagram. He's that guy that does all. He was like, for $8,000, I'm gonna be catching a pass. For $2 million, I'm gonna be on the team holding the Lombardi Trophy with a nice photo.
Dude, them ticket prices are crazy. They're crazy every year. It's $8,000 for the nosebleeds.
That's stupid.
And that's not. It don't cover to get there, parking, nothing. They said parking's like $700. 8,000. He's like, if I spend it,
no.
Exactly. No. If I spend $1 million, he said, I better be on that stage, holding that trophy.
I'm in the team. I'm in the huddle. I come out. But Taylor Swift sings for me personally.
Don't even get me started on that shit.
I think that comes to the end of episode
17 of the biggest belliest pattiest, the big belly pats. You see it.
Yes. Shout out to the patties for listening and watching. I'm just gonna be pointing at the logo behind me. There we go.
All right. Yeah, we can end it. Yeah. Thank you, good people. Stay safe.
All right.
Stay safe in these streets. Everyone. Stay safe in your travels. If you're going to Dubai, stop taking drugs with you. They don't play. Okay? I've seen too many articles about stupid people going to these countries and bringing weed or vapes or one dude, British dude, he took a Kinder Egg full of cocaine, put it in his butt, and he was saying he was going to turn up in Dubai. And I'm like, bro, first of all, why you're not in prison? Why stop doing that? Second of all, I don't feel bad for anybody that goes to a country and they bring drugs and they get caught. The shit's illegal. Okay?
No.
I grew up that I don't recommend it, but I grew up in a family that partaked in the cannabis area. When I moved to China, the first thing I looked up, is this stuff legal? It said no. I said, cool. Didn't even think about it. The whole time I was there, didn't even think about it. You know why? Because I got common sense. Use it, people. If you go to Dubai and you get caught because you wanted to take a vape and you didn't think it was a big problem, and they give you 20 years because they're going to throw the book at you, I don't feel bad for you. Stop being stupid. Okay? Stop being stupid. That's called evolution. You deserve to go to jail. We needed to get rid of you anyways. Stop being stupid. I'm done.
And with that, life advice with Nick is
peace.
Good night, everyone. No.